Hello and welcome back to another Veneer Creations Suncatcher tutorial, and this week we're making this Incense Suncatcher tutorial. There will be a Patreon version for this that you can see here, and that will be on Patreon. That will be linked down below. Both kits, the Patreon kit and the YouTube kit, will also be linked down below. All the materials needed for this DIY kit will be listed on our website. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is get your 18 gauge wire. So this is a slightly thicker wire that I use in 18 gauge. I've got 1 meter of each. And then I'm going to put them crisscross like this, right in the middle. And then I'm going to twist 1, 2, and 3, so it's like that, so twisted right in the middle. Then get your incense holder and take the top off, so then you've just got the bottom part of it. I'm just going to move my brew out of the way. Then get one side of your, well, one of the 4 wires that you have, because you should have 4 now coming from the centre. Hold this directly in the centre of your bottom part of your incense holder, like this, and hold it there with your finger and your thumb, like that. Then you want to get a piece of wire and put it up through one of these holes here. Can you see it's like the little triangular holes, and pull it all the way through. There. So I've pulled it all the way through, and then make sure it's still in the centre there, at the back. Then I'm going to go under again, the same hole with the same piece of wire, and secure it by pulling it through. But just make sure that that bottom is still in the centre. That's the first bit done. Then you want to count 3 spaces. So 3 of these little triangles, they're like kind of bells. So 1, 2, 3, and then that one. So it's like the 4th. So you'll have wire in there, then 1, 2, 3, and then you want your wire going through this one. So you'll have 3 spaces, and then you'll go through kind of the 4th. Again, through the bottom. And up. And there we go. Then count 1, 2, 3 again. Again, keep checking that that is in the centre. You don't want it to move out the centre. So then we have 1, 2, 3 space, and then we go through the 4th again. Do the exact same thing, put the wire through, and then go under again. And pull up. And then again, 1, 2, 3, and you go through the 4th. So you should have something now that is tied
You should have something now that is tied on each side like that. Now we've got our base, we're going to take some of these beads. Now I'm going to use 6mm clear beads, but you can use any beads that will fit through, that'll have a hole that'll fit through, if that makes sense, through the wire. And I'm just going to keep adding these beads onto the wire and then pop them all the way down to the base there. So now on this side I've added 5, 10, 15, 20 we'll go for. Nice round number. 20 beads on this side, like this. And you're going to do the same on every single one. So on each wire you want 20 on each. Now that I've added 20 on each side, I'm going to get 2 on either side. So get 2 of the pieces of wire with beads on, and then fold them over like this, fold them over each other, and then do 1 twist and 2. That's it, just twice. And do the same on the other side. Put them together. Just 2 of them, 1 piece of wire over the other, and twist 1 and 2. Just make sure you've got no gaps in your beads and that they're pushed right down to the end. Then get a wire from one side and a wire from the other side and crisscross them over each other. And then 1 twist, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to do it 8 times. Then I'm going to cut the ends of that. These 2 wires I'm going to spread out, and then I'm going to pull this one back on itself and make a little loop like that. So it's a little loop. Right, so now I've got the loop. I'm just going to wrap the 2 remaining pieces of wire around the base once, and twice, and then I'm going to cut them ends off, and then just, so as you can see it looks all bent out of shape now, but the good thing about this wire is that you can bend it back into shape. Just pull it up. And you can bend it back into that kind of triangular cone shape. Then just make sure your lid fits in there, which it should. If you've done 20 on each side, it should fit in very well, so that it looks like this. Now I'm going to start adding the chain to the bottom. So we're going to get some side chains here, and they're going to be 5 chains long. So you need 4 of them. So what you do is you get your chain, you get 5 beads on it, and then you open the link up on one side of that chain. Or if it doesn't link, you just need to cut the chain off there so that you do still have 2 links on the side, if that makes sense. But this one that you'll have in the kit will have links like this that you can close and open up. So you need 4 of them. Then what you want to do is get the little link that you just opened, if it's still open that is, and get your, where I'm going to stick or link this back on is going to be on these little links here. So I'm going to hook that through. Where you've made the little loop, can you see? And then I'm going to close it on there. So it's basically the wire that you wrapped around before has created a little loop, and you're going to put your little link through that, and then it's going to be attached there. So I'll show you again. So I'm going to put my little it's just stuck a bit. There we go. And I'm going to stick it through that loop. Then I'm going to close it up. And then I'm going to put a chain that is 7 beads. Open one side of that. And close that link back up. Then I'm going to get a jump loop. And get your jump loop, open that up, and pop it through one side of your 7 beaded chain that you've just opened up, that you've just got. And then you're going to stick that around this very centre bit. So sometimes you have to kind of pull it out a bit. You see, so you've got a bit of a gap. Don't pull it too much, but... And then you want to get that jump loop around that centre bit so it sits there. So it needs to kind of sit there, if that makes sense, so it can't go any further. Then you've got all your chains on. Now we're going to add all our tiers. So the first thing we're going to do is open up the links on our 5 beaded chains that were on every side, you know, the 4 sides. All these are 5 beaded chains, and we're going to add these little tiers onto the links and then close them up so they attach. Ooh. Don't know what that was. Attached like that. And a piece of wax on me then. Oh, I think it's from this. It's got wax on it. Don't ask why. Then we have a tier. Again, put it on the link and close it up. This is just on the 5 beaded chain, not the middle one. And again, open up. So you add in them tier prisms with the gold edging to every single side piece, not the middle one. Now with the middle one, what you want to do is open up the link at the bottom and add it to your star, and then close it, and then get a jump loop with your ice prism and add that jump loop to the hole again. Sometimes it can be a bit hard to pull through, so just use your pliers. And then get a 1 beaded chain. So open up the link where you've just got 1 bead on that chain. And I'm going to close it around the top. Then I'm going to close it around that jump loop. Then open the top one up and add that to the bottom of this star. And then close that up. Looking really nice. And then what we want to do is get a jump loop and add it to the top of your incense holder. So it just goes in there. Then I want to get, what do we want to do? Get 3 beaded chain and a 3 beaded chain. Add 1 to the top and 1 to the bottom of your moon. So like 1 at the bottom there, 1 at the bottom there you're going to add and then close that. One to the top. And then you want 2 1 beaded chains. And add it to these holes here and close that up. So just the 2 little holes that are on the bottom of the moon. And then what you want to do is add 2 of these prisms to that. So you're going to add a prism to each side and close up. So where the 1 beaded chains are, you're adding a prism onto it. Where the 1 beaded chains are, you're adding a prism onto it. I'll show you. Close that up. So you've got them on both sides. And then I'm going to put this jump loop around the bottom. So it should go that way. And this bottom one here on the bottom of the moon is gonna link through the jump loop that's at the top, or the split ring. Sorry, I always call them jump loops, but you know what I mean by this point. And then it should lie like that. And then I'm going to put a split ring at the top. Then I'm just going to get a piece of string. If you've got your kit, it should already be in there. And then tie it through that top loop. And then make a little loop there. And just tie it in a knot. Just cut them ends off. And when you've cut off them ends, you should have your Suncatcher incense. I'll show you in the sun.